I really want to focus on that breath like usual. So thinking about bringing that air down into the diaphragms underneath this rib cage here. And then blowing it all out like you're deflating a balloon. So you're bringing your tummy in. You can either keep your hands on your lap or bring your hands, place them on your stomach so you can feel the air kind of flowing through. Breathe in through your nose. And let it sink out. Really long, long breaths. So breathe in through your nose, nice and easy. And then this exhale should be really long. One more inhale. And exhale out and start to crawl your fingertips forward as you usually do, just to wake up the body. You don't have to go so low. I'm just going to the point where I feel a stretch in the back of my legs and glute area, a little bit of my lower back, and reaching my arms forward though. So I'm keeping my head up, but my fingertips are still trying to inch a little bit farther and farther with every breath. If you can fold all the way over, do that, but if not, you're just kind of either resting your elbows down to the ground here. And now bring your head down. And inhale here. And let's start to draw our fingertips back up to our center. And let's wring those arms all the way around. And Nidra is joining in. Okay. Good. Good morning, Nidra. We're just on the floor, as usual. Okay. All right, so now what I want you to do is place one hand in the middle of your lap here. And so you're going to rotate over and then dropping down in front of you and come down. Okay, so it's just one fluid motion. Bringing that arm over your shoulder, letting it sink across your body and rotate it down in a big circle in front of you. We're working on one side right now. So now adding that breath, inhale, fill it all in, and exhale down. And around. Ooh, that feels good. One more time on this side. Inhale up and exhale as you go down and rotate in a circle. Good. Bringing your posture nice and tall. Let's switch sides. Other arm is nice and high in the air. And bring that arm over your head, reaching and letting it just drop naturally into a circle. And naturally meaning whatever that circle is for your body. So you may not be able to reach down as far as I am or the person next to you, but you're going to try your best to stay within that circle that your body feels comfortable with. So inhale, reach, and exhale down. On this breath, when you inhale, I want you to try to take enough breath in as you lift, and then your exhale should last you all the way around. So try that this time. Take an inhale up, and exhale. Nice and long. Good, and bring it back up. Now bringing our knees out in front of us, placing our hands out to the side. You're just going to start to drop your knees back and forth. We need to wake up our legs now. Engaging our core still. So even though I'm holding my back with my arms, I'm still not letting my stomach give up. It's still doing its work. Keeping my chest up, keeping my belly button in. And it's also linking my knees so that my knees can actually stay up bent. Good. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you can, I want you to try to get into a V-sit. If you can't hold yourself here, okay, then I want you to just try to even hold your legs behind you, or maybe just have your toes tapped on the ground. But if you can hold that V, let's hinge it back. Either you stay here or hinge back, and now we're going to engage that core and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. You're going in and out here. So I'm letting my chest fall backwards, and I'm not letting my back get engaged. Somebody's back is hurting her, it looks like. I can see you. So just letting your back fall. And now coming back up. Keeping a strong, strong back. All I want you to do is bring one leg, tap that heel down, and bring it back in. We're connecting our core here, so really focus on bracing, that core bracing that we talk about all the time. So use your breath. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Let's get 2 more on each side. And 1 more. Good. And last foot down and up. And go ahead and bring your feet back onto the ground. And you're going to flop your knees out to the side. And I'm going to ask you to just kind of lean back if you can. If you're here, resting on your elbows, that's fine. Or you're going to try to go all the way back into a froggy pose. And just sit here for a second. Still thinking about that breath, inhaling down. And now that we're lying down, focus on your back, okay? So even though your feet are in, if you have to lift your butt up so there's no gap between your back and mat, do that now. And use your breath to draw that belly button in. You'll feel a good stretch in your inner thighs too, opening those hips. One more inhale here. And exhale nice and long. On this next inhale, bring your feet and your knees together. And now we're going to do the same thing that we did seated, but we're going to just drop down, and you're going to feel a big stretch in your obliques. So really let your knees fall down as far as you can, side to side. And if you're advanced, like Miss Corey over there, you can lift your legs up and do the same thing off the ground. And then the version after that is straighten the legs and let them drop side to side. But I'm going to bring my knees in because I'm not about to do some ab workout here. So bringing those knees side to side. Breathing. Inhale when you come up. Exhale when you go down. Good. Try to get even on both sides. I have one more. And up. Bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a big hug by wrapping your arms around your feet and your tibia and calf area. And then start to rock side to side if you can. There's this muscle that goes, actually 2 muscles that go right along your spine. And a lot of times that can get really tight, especially when we do core exercises. So just doing a baby little rock side to side is going to give them a nice massage. Just say, okay, relax. Good. Just a couple more. And now letting your arms come back to the sides of your body. You're going to start to kind of create a circle with your knees. So I'm bringing my feet down a little bit, not so I'm engaging my core so much, but more so I'm massaging my glute and my pelvis area. So you'll feel your bony structures in your butt, and you'll feel some muscles that might be tight. So go in a circle wherever you feel in one way. I'm breathing in every time I bring my knees towards my body and exhaling as I bring it out. When you come back to the center, switch directions. Go the other way. And really try to explore around. I always use that term noodling because if you're noodling around, that means you're just trying to find any tight spots or any areas where you feel like you might be weak, because those are the areas that you probably should work on. All right, good. Come on back to center. When you get there, you're just going to try to now lift your butt up just a little bit. So now we're creating a little bit of a curve in our spine to lift our butt up. I'm using the momentum of my legs to just lift up a little bit and down. And if you want to see from the side view, just a little bit, okay? Obviously you have to use your core. So we got 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Bring that tailbone back on the ground. Couple breaths here. So really bring yourselves back because we did a lot of core. Breathe in and exhale. Bring that chest and back down. Breathe in and exhale down. Now, placing one foot in the air, try to get it as straight as possible. I want you to start to do ankle rolls. I know you can't see my foot, but I'm just going in one direction circle, waking up that joint. Good. And let's switch the other way. Good job. Now dorsiflex and plantar flex, so point your toe, flex it, toe plate, up to the air, down, up, and down. Good. And now with that same leg, you're going in a really small circle. So, and I'll ask you to drop that other leg down now. So your foot is planted on the ground. Same legs up in the air. And I'm going to just do this tiny circle. But then as I keep going, I want it to create a bigger circumduction within that hip bone. So I'm always talking about this hips because the hip is such a fragile joint. It is connected by so many muscles and ligaments, and it that ligament or that muscle to make it dysfunction. So if we can strengthen these muscles and control the movement within a circle, that is huge. So you're going to go big, 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 and now if you're big, go a little bit smaller with the circle. Smaller and smaller. Good. And now let's go one more time, getting a little bit bigger, and each time you go around, trying to keep your butt bones on the ground. And your shoulders are staying still because you're still doing your core bracing. Woo, big circles. And let's reverse direction in that big circle and go back into a small circle. Good job. Circle, 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 and bring that knee to your chest and let it sit on the ground again. We're lifting that other leg up. Woo, feel that tightness in there, nice and straight. And now let's go into our ankle rolls. Good, just really trying to move that joint in the full circle, so you're trying to challenge it into areas that it typically doesn't see during the day. Get a couple more rounds and switch directions. It's crazy how your leg starts to get tired so easily up in there. If you have to hang on to your leg, that's totally fine too. And now let's point our toe down and then point it up to the air, up and down. Feel a good stretch here by really forcing those toes up and down. Good job. And now let's start those circles. If you need to give your leg a break, you can do that. And then come on back up and start small circles, and then gradually get bigger. And go at your own pace. So when you get to that big spot and really feel like you can hold your core here, go back the other way and create a small circle. Small. Try to get that control within that joint. Sometimes it's so hard, but good practice. Switch directions, create a big circle again. And this is going to be our last time back up. And create a small circle again. Good work. Okay. Now, bring that knee down. We're going to give that leg a little break. Bring the other leg across your thigh. And just like the last time, we're going to get this piriform stretch by laying down. So make sure you're tilting your hips so your back is completely flat here. Then you're going to lift that leg up. This might be just enough for you, which is completely fine. So just hold and breathe here. Try to maybe push that knee down if you can at all, but you don't want to cause too much of an adjustment. Noodle around. And then if you can go farther, then I'm going to interlace my fingers underneath that leg that's up. And I'm going to bring that knee as close without discomfort as I can, which is about here for me, 90 degrees. Breathe. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. In through your nose. And exhale down. Good. Let's release that leg and switch over to the other side. Good. Fixing that tailbone if your butt is not on the ground and you don't have that flat back. And then lift, making sure everything stays on the ground with that core. And bringing your fingers underneath the leg and pulling towards us. Using our breath to create more space. So breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale down. Let's do one more breath here. And on the exhale, maybe give a little bit more of a pull and relax that leg back down to ground. Good work. All right. Now, while we're still in a laying position, what I want you to do before we get back up is bring our arms all the way straight above us and then our feet all the way down to the ground. And right now I'm not worried about the back, I'm not worried about your core. All I want you to do is pretend that someone is stretching you all the way out. So wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers as if you're trying to grab something or touch something with the tips of your fingertips. And maybe start scooting up and down, rotating, lifting one arm at a time on the ground. So I'm trying to twist my body side to side. And I'm going to do the same thing on my legs. Trying to kind of create space within this hip and lat area, right in the obliques. You'll feel your back kind of raise off the ground. It's just relaxing. Okay. Take a inhale through your nose. on your exhale, bring those feet up and bring that back down to the ground. Good. Arms come by your side. You can bring your knees to your chest, hands underneath, and try to rock yourself back up to seated position. Whee. Yep. Good work. Excellent. All right, we are gonna scoot on over onto our hands and knees. One of the stretches we haven't seen this week, which I definitely need us to do, is getting shoulder width apart, making sure that we're core bracing here. And what I want you to do is just start to round that back cat-cow, not aggressively. You're just working out your core right now. So just tightening up those obliques and inhaling down. Exhale as you lift your back up as if someone's pulling a string that's attached to the center of your back. Exhale up. Inhale down. Let's do 2 more times. Exhale up. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And bring it back to center. And you're going to rock your butt back, unfolding your toes into child's pose here. Good. You can't stay too long because we have a couple more. I need you to rotate all your weight back in front of your hands, so your shoulders should be right underneath your hands, and then lifting your knees off the ground into a plank. Now, if you're in this plank and it's very difficult, you can lift your butt up just slightly, but I want you to try to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, butt goes all the way up in the air. Maybe you have to walk your feet up a little bit more to get into a full downward dog, which means that your head is right in between your arms. And feel that lengthening behind your legs, exploring your body here. So maybe lifting your heels up and down, rotating. Good. Now you're going to go back down into that plank. Hold there. Once you get there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to bring those knees back to the ground. Okay, so I'm staying in that plank, but now both knees are on the ground. Okay, still engaging that core. And you're going to lower yourself in a modified isometric push-up. So we're going to go down, so our chest is going down to the ground. Nice and slow. Ooh, yeah. Relax here for 1 breath. Chest is on the ground. And lift your chest back up into a cobra. Your cobra can either be here on your elbows or here up. Bring your chest back down to the ground, and you're going to push yourself all the way back into child's pose. So with a big exhale, and lift and push back. Good. When you're here, I want you to bring those fingertips, drag them on the floor towards your body, so you're back into a seated position. I gotta fix this. Good. Okay, now what I need to do while you're in this positioning here, I know you can't see my head, that's okay. You're gonna lift 1 foot up, okay? So now we're in a single leg bent split stance. And so what I want you to do is kind of, again, exploring this position, because what the idea is we want to really lengthen this part here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is that opposite arm is going to reach right next to that foot, okay? And you're bringing that hip down now. So if I'm going to go at a little side angle here, I was up, and now I'm going straight down, bringing my butt down, and then really open up those hips. If you're here and you need a little bit more, then lift that knee off the ground if you can. If not, then keep that knee on. And then let's open up. So planting that arm right next to your foot. You're going to open up to the other side. Holy core bracing. Trying to engage everything right now. Three, 2, 1, good. Come on, back down. And one more little stretch on this leg. We're gonna reach both of our arms up if you can. Ooh, this is a hard one. Try to stay as long as you can. I'm gonna go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that back down. And adjust your weight. So, and then you can straighten out that leg, okay? And I like to reach down to that toe. I'm just letting my butt sit back, stretching the hamstring again. Let me do it. Yep. I hear you. And come on back up. So we're back into that starting position, bringing that leg back down. And let's do the other side. Okay, so front leg up, drop that hip down, bring that arm down to the ground. If you have to hold onto that knee, that's okay, just to support yourself. This is a very challenging position. Letting our hip just kind of sink here. Now supporting ourselves here. Right underneath the shoulder, you're going to now open up and try to look up to the ceiling, follow your arm. So if your arm's here, then just look there. If your arm's back, then you can look back. But we don't want to adjust too far. And supporting yourself, core bracing in 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Good, still in that position. We're going to brush both of our arms up if you can, or just stay where you are. And let those arms come up as best you can. Ooh, this leg is on fire. And 4, letting this down. 2, and 1. Come on, back down. Ooh, yeah, okay. Hinging that hip back. I'm straightening out that front leg. And I'm trying to stretch that that hamstring now. Okay. Come back to our starting position. Bring that knee back. I want you to get in that nice wide positioning so we can fall back into a nice child's pose to do our last few breaths. Focus on that breath. So really bringing that air in through your nose, nice and slowly. You're trying to make it slower and slower each time you breathe. So just a little reminder, try to get a few more in. On this last breath, maybe bring your arms down by your side and just feel that different adjustment. Wiggle yourself side to side, moving your fingertips, waking up the body. And now I'm going to rotate my body back forward. And we can get into a little bit of a nice lotus pose here. And namaste, everybody, once you get there. Namaste. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness we made it. That was good.
Thank you, Larry.
You're welcome. Have a fabulous day, everybody, and I will see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, great workout this morning. Good little stretch. Definitely felt it. Much needed. So have a fabulous day, and we'll see you next time.